The terror that gripped Tidibale village on Sunday night wasn't just another headline. It was the sound of motorcycles roaring through the darkness, the sight of armed men surrounding homes, and the chilling ultimatum that would force an entire community to abandon everything they'd ever known. Bello Turji and his men raided Tidibale village in Isa local government area of Sokoto State on Sunday night, invading the village at night and asking residents to vacate the village within 24 hours. Picture this scene: families huddled together in their homes, children clinging to their parents as the terrorists invaded the village at night and asked residents to vacate the village within 24 hours. This wasn't a request, it was a death sentence for anyone who dared to stay. By morning, the heartbreaking exodus had begun. In a video clip posted, residents could be seen departing the village with their luggages. Generations of memories, ancestral homes, farms that have sustained families for decades, all abandoned in a desperate bid for survival. But Tidibale wasn't Turji's first target, nor would it be his last. Another popular village, Bargaja in Isa LGA, was targeted days ago in what security sources describe as a systematic campaign to expand Turji's control over strategic rural settlements. The pattern is clear and terrifying. This isn't random violence, it's a calculated strategy to dominate entire districts. If you are watching this and thinking this sounds like something from a war zone, you are not wrong. The reality is that the armed group stormed Tidibale in large numbers, and villagers were seen vacating their homes, forcing families to flee in the middle of the night to neighboring communities for safety. Imagine being told you have 24 hours to leave everything behind: your home, your livelihood, your entire life, or face the consequences. Who is this man wielding such terrible power over innocent villages? Bello Turji Kachala, popularly known simply as Turji, born 1994, was born in Shinkafi local government of Zamfara State, northern Nigeria, and was raised as a Fulani cattle herder without education. His transformation from herder to one of Nigeria's most feared bandits reads like a dark origin story. Turji claims that some of his family's cattle were stolen by a pro-security forces vigilante group called the Yan Sakai, who also murdered 6 of Turji's siblings, and that his father tried to sue the emir of Zurmi, but his efforts failed, and that the Yan Sakai killed his uncle. Whether you believe his narrative or not, what followed has been a reign of terror that has claimed hundreds of lives. Turji was the mastermind behind the slaughter of over 200 people in Zamfara State in January 2022. His brutality knows no bounds. In December 2021, Turji's forces attacked a bus in Sabon Birni, setting it on fire and burning the passengers inside to death, with 30 people dying in the ambush. Now, if you are finding this information valuable, please hit that like button. It helps more people see these important stories that mainstream media often overlooks. The current crisis in Isa local government area represents something far more sinister than isolated attacks. A security alert issued by Bakatsini, a community-based security intelligence platform, confirmed the development and warned that the attack was part of a broader plan by Turji to dominate large parts of the eastern axis of Sokoto State. This is territorial expansion, plain and simple. Turji isn't just raiding villages for resources, he's establishing control, creating a state within a state where his word is law. The tragedy of Bargaja village, which has suffered multiple attacks, tells us everything about the systematic nature of this terror campaign. Just 2 days ago, the attack was led by notorious bandit leader Bello Turji, who reportedly stormed the community with his fighters late at night. During the raid, 3 residents were killed, while several women and children were abducted, though the exact number remains unconfirmed. This wasn't the first time Bargaja had been targeted. Back in November, the village experienced similar horror when bandits struck, leaving death and destruction in their wake. What makes this situation even more desperate is the apparent inability of authorities to protect these vulnerable communities. Despite repeated assurances by authorities, communities in Sokoto have continued to suffer attacks, abductions, and forced displacement linked to armed bandit groups operating across the state and neighboring areas. The question every Nigerian should be asking is, how can a single bandit leader hold entire communities hostage while forcing mass evacuations? The human cost of this terror campaign extends far beyond the immediate victims. Think about the ripple effects: children torn from their schools, farmers separated from their lands during crucial planting seasons, entire local economies collapsing as villages empty. Each family that flees represents not just personal tragedy, but the unraveling of social fabric that has existed for generations. As of the time of filing this report, there has been no official statement from the Sokoto State government or security agencies on the latest attacks. This silence is deafening for the communities living under constant threat. As villagers flee openly on major routes and bandits tighten their grip on abandoned territories, concerns are mounting over the stance of security forces. The international community should also take note. This isn't just Nigeria's problem. The displacement of entire populations, the creation of ungoverned spaces, and the humanitarian crisis unfolding in real time have implications that extend far beyond Nigeria's borders. These abandoned villages could become breeding grounds for even more extreme elements, creating a security vacuum that threatens regional stability. If this story has moved you, please subscribe to stay informed about these critical issues affecting millions of Nigerians. Your engagement helps ensure these voices aren't forgotten. The villagers of Tidibale and Bargaja didn't choose this fate. They were farmers, traders, teachers, children with dreams, ordinary people caught in an extraordinary nightmare. Their forced evacuation represents more than just another security failure. It's a humanitarian catastrophe unfolding in slow motion. When bandits can order entire communities to evacuate and people have no choice but to comply, we're witnessing the complete breakdown of state authority in these regions. As these families trek to uncertain futures, carrying whatever they could salvage, one thing becomes crystal clear. This isn't just about Bello Turji or even banditry. It's about a system that has failed to protect its most vulnerable citizens. The residents of Isa local government area deserve better than becoming refugees in their own country. They deserve security, they deserve justice, and most importantly, they deserve to return home. Until concrete action is taken, until these communities receive the protection they desperately need, the exodus will continue. Village by village, family by family, the landscape of northern Nigeria is being reshaped by fear. The question remains, how many more Tidibales and Bargajas must be abandoned before decisive action is taken? How many more communities will wake up to the sound of motorcycles in the night, knowing their time has come to flee? The story of Sokoto's evacuated villages isn't just news, it's a call to action, a desperate plea from forgotten communities who need the world to know their plight. Their voices may be silenced by distance and fear, but their story must be told.